Kindness. Kindness is everything because it is love. Have you ever felt, like really felt, what sensations you had when you've been kind to someone or to something? It's nothing but a pure love and happiness, of course. When you have nothing to criticize in anyone, or perhaps even in not living thing, when you love everything as it is, when you love reality as it is, and you are basically being kind towards the reality, you're showing kindness. You gain the happiness. Easy as that. So, actually, no, sounds easy, but when it comes to practicing kindness, it might be a hard thing to do because, in general, expressing love is not an easy thing. Love is something much deeper than we think of it in the perspective of modern people or people who just view it as something superficial, like hugging, kissing, and just, cuddling. It does not mean that all the things we know about love is completely wrong or false in some way. All the things we know about love are true. At least they are part of that truth. But there are a lot more things which are more crucial and that are basically more profound. What are those things? Well, if we generalize all those characteristics, we get a pure love for the present moment. So, right now you're watching this video, correct? If you are not concentrated on this video, if you are not listening or partially watching this video, then there is low odds that you have some sort of a love for this video or for me, because there is no full presence. Or even let's take someone close to you. Imagine a situation where that close one is not paying attention to you. Instead, that person so to say, puts his attention on something else or on someone else beside you, that person is being present with the subject of his or her attention. So if that person was, fully concentrating on you, then both of you would have felt grateful for each other, and in general, you two would have had a positive vibes intrinsically, and here you get a pure love. So this appreciation, how you get that, how to actually, fully devote your attention to something, love it, be present with it. How? By learning how exactly it is done, we shall practice kindness in this way, and you will get the coveted happiness this way. So the only thing, the only task, the only goal we have is to honor and appreciate everyone and everything. Not living things are included too. So by that I mean opinions, a pen perhaps, a shirt, a light, everything that surrounds us, our bed perhaps, or a book. And by living things, we include animals and humans. This one would be probably one of the most complicated or difficult parts of this practice, because there might be people whom you do not really appreciate, whom you find in some way awful. Their behavior might irritate you, or their appearance. And that's why there is a type of meditation which is fully focused on showing compassion towards others and even towards oneself. But this time we shall focus more on showing kindness towards others and thus showing compassion towards other people. But of course it is still important to first of all have compassion towards oneself. So if you want to love yourself, accept everything. Accept every aspect of your body, of your character perhaps. There was a situation in my case when I didn't like the connection between my eyebrows. I hated it, literally. In some of my videos, it's clean, but recently I've understood that there is no point in cutting it out. Let it be. It does not bother me in any way. It does not perturb me or my character in some way. No, let it be. Now I think that I'm looking even better with that because I'm complete. I'm not hiding away any part of my, superficial appearance. Let's say you too might accept something in your apparel or accept some kind of a insecurity perhaps you have. You might accept the fact that, yeah, I'm anxious. Yeah, I fear of speaking to other people whom I'm not acquainted with, or in general, I'm afraid of communicating. I'm not a talkative person. That's true. So, by acceptance of the reality, which is one of the crucial parts of building the real love, you will manage to build love towards other things and other people, even those whom you do not appreciate. Because you will accept your own insecurities. You will show love towards oneself. You will show love towards everything, basically, in your environment, in your surroundings. And you will forget about everything that bothered you about that person. You will forgive them because you will understand that they too have some insecurities. Yeah, they are arrogant, for instance, because they had some sort of a traumatic event in their childhood, or something else might be the cause of their problem. You will accept that. You will accept reality. You will love reality as it is. You won't try to change it some way. You won't try to convince that person that he or she has to change, or otherwise you will hate them, or otherwise you will shout at them that they are worst people in the world. No. You will accept everything. First step is loving oneself, accepting one's characteristics, accepting the reality as it is. And basically, by accepting who you are as a person, you actually develop selflessness. You are becoming more humble because when we try to conceal some of our parts which we do not like to show off in the public, we tend to be selfish, self-concerned, to not, accidentally put off those characteristics which we tend to hide usually. We are concerned about showing our strengths, our good sides. And for this reason, we are selfish. We are being selfish. And by accepting the reality about ourselves, we become more selfless. We know everything about ourselves. We become conscious that, yeah, that's true. I'm this kind of a person. Oh, I have this kind of a look. Well, alright, I accept that. Well, let it be. There is nothing interesting about your personality. You don't find anything interesting. But yet, that does not mean that you do not love yourself, right? You love yourself, but there is nothing mystical or fascinating about yourself. So, you find this fascination and compassionate interest in others, and you start to explore them like a scholar studying some sort of a finding of any kind. A chemist who tries out mixing different mixtures of soil and water and getting a result which might be a some sort of a boom in the world of science. So, here is the solution. Here is rather the equation of getting the happiness by showing kindness. First, you love yourself, accept everything in yourself. Then, you become less concerned about yourself, become selfless, closer. You become closer to being selfless. Because, reaching to the peak of selflessness means evaporating. You just vanish. You do not exist. You become God. God is the only entity which is totally selfless. And because of that, it's not a material thing. We cannot feel it. It's not tangible. So, you get closer to the level of selflessness, but do not totally become selfless. And after all, you accept not only yourself, but others' personality traits, others' apparel, other things in general, and other people. Acceptance of reality. And one of the crucial points there is that you are equally interested in everything. You are fascinated by everything equally. There is no difference, all right? You're equally interested in one person, and at the same time you're interested in another person. You are at the same time interested in a red pencil, and you are also interested in the blue pencil. Kind of like that. So, here you go. How kindness elevates your happiness. So, you get kind, you get the sense of completeness, because what comes from love towards reality is that you surround yourself with this positive energy, which is a lot more durable than any other kind of happiness. You become basically satisfied with how everything is arranged. You don't want to change anything. You see that God created the best possible environment, the best possible entity, creature, anything. The environment is created in the best way possible. And because of that, because of this high quality appreciation for everything that God has created, for the reality as it is, you get limitless, boundless happiness because you are happy that God exists, that God did everything in the way it is. Many philosophers state that, especially Leibniz, that in one of his essays it says that the real happiness, somewhat the deep happiness, comes from loving the work done by God. That work includes yourself, your family, your friends, the things you have, your property, your house, your apartment, your car, your dog, your family, again, your planet, your life, your reality. And as you appreciate all that, you get the true happiness. So, yeah, that's all for this time. Grateful. I'm real grateful that you exist. Exactly. Even if you did not pay attention that much to my video, still really appreciate some of your attention that you have gifted me with. And thank you a lot for watching this video. And perhaps you've noticed that there are some difference in the sound quality. So here is the microphone. Yeah. So the quality of the sound will be elevating. So perhaps in the future there'll be an even better microphone. We'll see. But for now, we have Samsung Q2U. That's not an ad. I'm not sponsored by their companies. Just saying that their microphones are really efficient. Not too expensive, and at the same time, high quality sound. So yeah, anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Again, thank you for your attention. Thank you for concerning about yourself. And I hope you have learned something you wanted to learn from this video. Yeah, thank you a lot, and we'll meet in the next video.